Benji, a few headaches out of that game. What about we start with the overall performance? What did you think of the 80 minutes?
Oh, it's a bit disappointing. Obviously, we're left in a bit of a scramble with Jerome pulling out this morning, and I just thought we didn't have enough experience in those positions today to get it done. We got dominated in field position. They scored, I think, 4 tries on last play. We piggybacked them out of their half. I thought the last few weeks have been really good. Today was, I reckon, a step backwards.
It would be news to some people still. What can you tell us about Jerome and his condition?
Oh, he got an infection yesterday and didn't come to training and said he was going to be all right to play, and then he went to hospital and had fevers, and the infection got a lot worse, and then made the call this morning that he had to stay in hospital and couldn't play. So we were all expecting him to play today, but again, like, you expect better still though from our side, so there's probably another 24, 48 hours Jerome would have been okay, but he wasn't good for today.
And like chest infection or blood infection or a boil?
Yeah, like I don't know the exact terminology for it, but just an infection that went into his armpit, but he'll be all right in the next couple of days.
Looking for positives, do you think the team defended well for the first 20 minutes and beyond in that first half to stay in the contest? Is that something to take out?
Yeah, I thought, the first 40 or 39 minutes just before that try before half time, we were getting dominated from field position, and just to keep turning them away with a team like that was positive, but the pressure of where we are on the table and like the results and the performance we're looking for, it didn't reflect the way we trained during the week, so it was disappointing.
How's Arby after the game?
Yeah, he was good. He's talking pretty normally, feels okay, but there's a Cat 1, so I'm pretty sure we'll lose him for 11 days, which is another headache.
Him and obviously Jerome, who's for Origin next weekend, but I suppose that's next weekend. Boys, you might have something more we done tonight.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, Ben, on the Jerome front, like obviously, I know you say if the game was in 2 days' time, it'd probably be right to go. That's, I'd assume, good signs for New South Wales then in regards to Origin 3.
Yeah, I think so. Look, I know a bit more in the next 24 hours. I think he'll be out of hospital today or tomorrow. So we'll be able to confirm that later in the week, but I'm pretty sure it'll be okay for New South Wales if they pick him, yeah.
You talk about the experience factor, like, I guess, is that sort of compounded by the fact it was a late change, and a guy like Latu Finu, who was going to start for the first time in a while for all this year, in the halves, all of a sudden he's out there as the main guy rather than down and play with Romy. Like, what kind of impact do you reckon?
Yeah, pretty big impact. I mean, we moved our starting hooker to 7, and we moved our bench hooker to start, and then we moved our fullback to 5'8", and we moved our bench 14 to fullback, then we had to move Adam to halfback and move Birdie to centre. So we had a lot of people playing out of position today. I probably got a little bit of that interchange wrong today, but just trying to create change and momentum. And I thought Adam did a fair job of changing that momentum when he went in the halves. But again, like, we're just our own worst enemy today. But again, that, like, no credit. Don't want to take any credit away from the way they played, because they played tough and physical and out-muscled us.
The other factor, I guess, going into next week is Heath Mason was put on a report for contact with referee, and when that first Manly trial was denied. I'm not sure. Like, honestly, we've got to pick up the pieces in the next few days, have a look at where we can improve, and we've got to fight. And one thing I know about our team is they fight, and they'll train hard this week to get it right for next week. But again, the pressure of the results of trying to make that top 8 starts slipping away further and further, and you start putting pressure on yourself. So it's tough, but we've got to fight. I was going to say, does that frustrate you a bit? Because like, watching you guys play this year, it's very clear that the Tigers have taken steps forward and that you've improved a fair bit. But when you look at the ladder, you look at the results at 6 straight now, it doesn't end that.
Yeah, it probably doesn't feel like 6 straight because we had a couple of buys in between that, but if I'm looking at performance-wise, yeah, sure, we've improved, but the results are damning a bit, so we've improved. I guess a lot of people probably still expected us to be at the bottom of the table, but we expect a bit more from ourselves, and a couple of results here and there that maybe could have went our way, we're still learning how to win those.
Does Talon come straight for Rugby next week, Benj? Because it gets a bit murky with Talon and the contract situation.
That's something we'll address Tuesday when the teams come out.
And just with Adam tonight, moving into the halves there late in the game, just sparked the attack a bit.
Yeah, he did a fair job there. Didn't do a lot of practice in that position. I thought defensively at centre he was really good, did a good job on Turbo, and then created a few opportunities in the halves. So definitely something we'll look at next week, having him there.
It's just on Talon, obviously it's June 30 on Monday. Do you expect him to still be at the West Tigers the next week?
Oh, look, honestly, I don't know. That's up to him and his management. We made it pretty clear yesterday, our position around Uppy and Talon, and we'll leave that up to them where that lands.
Is Appy being out for next week going to affect that in any way?
Again, like something we'll have to talk about over the weekend. We haven't really thought about that right now.
And why aren't the Tigers just going to roll over and die from here? Why is there some fight in this team over the back end of the season off the back of 6 straight losses?
We can see that we've built better in past performances, and I mean the amount of games we've lost by 2 or 4 points this year makes it, I guess, frustrating for us players. But we can see on the training paddock and how close we are as a group that we just don't want to die wondering. You'll never see us throwing the white towel or leave anything out there. So there's definitely no talk with us boys to not put in effort every week. That'll be pretty stupid from us. So we've got the backing of the coach, and we're going to go out there every week and give our fans something to cheer about and make sure we're in the fight for the full 80 minutes.